So good afternoon once again. So we are going to start our class. Unfortunately, Ma'am Jermaine cannot be able to teach today. That is why I am here again. So maybe I do not know if she will be able to teach tomorrow. Okay. So look at that. So it would be good for 25 students. Look at Santara and Hani. They are both sitting in one chair. Felicia, you do not have your camera.
Oh, yang itu mah. Gambar
Yeah,
ini.
Can you try to open your camera,
Itu apa ini?
Felicia?
Ya, tempat.
Gambarnya.
Hi, Catherine.
Oh, kayak kursi. Iklan apa? Hah? Haninya mana?
Hello.
Hah?
Okay, so as much as possible,
Dua.
we are going to open our
Oh,
camera,
ada
okay? We should
Kayak
be
kita
able
kayak
to, we should be able to
Jadi kayak
open
belajar
our
di sekolah.
camera.
Mau foto dong?
Okay, can I
Oh,
mute who's
Terharu dia.
whose
spicy.
audio is open?
Yang bener yang lurus yang dekat.
Can you try to
Yang bener
mute
semuanya.
your audio? I do not know whose audio it is. Okay. So where is Honey, Catherine, Tinka, Rosemary, Ethan, and Felicia? Please open your cup.
Apa sih? Bisa
Look
aku
at Ethan.
open.
It is as if Ethan is actually sitting on that chair. Look at that. So you should be able to open your camera. Okay. So today we are going to continue with our lesson, the lesson that we had last time. It is all about the types of subjects. So we were able to study the different types of subjects. So we were able to.
Good evening, Miss.
Yes, Claudie. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So as you can see, as I was telling that your classmates, we are actually using a new Zoom, the new Zoom capabilities. That is why I am trying to. Oh, so Kenshi would be here. How many students do we have? Look at that. So 16 participants. And take note, we have this one, 25 students. Okay, that's good. Everybody's camera is already open. Okay, so we are going to continue with our lesson last time. The lesson that we had last time, right? Oh, where is it? I will try to open it first. We are going to continue with that one so that you will be able to see it. Like this. And we will proceed. I have another video for us to watch. Okay? We have another video for us to watch. Where you cannot see.
Ghost cubi-cubi.
Cubi-cubi, what is cubi-cubi?
Cubi-cubi itu bukan.
Okay. Look at that. Can you see the slide? Okay, look at that. So we are going to play. Can you see this if I'm going to play it?
Yeah.
Can you see it from the...
Yes.
So this was our lesson last time, right? Okay, remember, so when we talk about the subject, it tells who or what a sentence is all about. Okay, remember always that when we talk about the subject, it tells who or what a sentence is all about or is about. So, like for example, Anna plays outside her Anna plays outside. So what should be the subject for that sentence? Anna plays outside. What should be the subject?
Anna.
What should be the subject? If I am going to say Anna plays outside, can you be able
Anna.
to
Anna. Anna.
yes,
Anna.
it's Anna. So we can actually
Anna.
ask who is playing outside. So it should be Anna. Okay, very good. Okay, so we are going to proceed. Always remember about that one, okay? It should be answerable by who or what. Okay, so a subject can be people such as me, like you, okay? Like you, like Catherine, Nita, okay? Krista, Nicole, okay? So we are all people. And then this one is animals, dogs, cats, what else? Birds. So these are animals. So animals, people can be subjects as well as places or house. Indonesia, Philippines, comfort room, toilet, what is it, kitchen. So these are places. And then things. Things can be apple or fruits. Things can be chairs. Things can be tables. Things can be cell phone. So those are the subjects. So always remember the four things that we may consider to become a subject: person, animals, places, and the last one is things. Okay? So they are those. Okay, so pronouns. Okay, look at this. Instead of saying the noun, such as noun can be teacher Samira, noun can be a table, noun can be a place, noun can be a thing, something like that, or noun can be Ethan. Instead of using Ethan, I will have to replace it with what? What is Ethan? Is he a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Boy. What should we replace Ethan with since he is a boy? What should we replace Ethan with since he is a boy? We are going to use a pronoun by simply replacing the name of Ethan. A, are we going to use she? B, are we going to use he? C, are we going to use it? Or D, are we going to use us?
B.
He, very good. So we are going to replace Ethan with he. He is actually a pronoun. How about if I'm going to say, okay, the ball is round. The ball is round. How am I going to reply? By the way, what is the subject in the sentence? The ball is round. What is the subject in the sentence? The ball is round.
Ball. The ball.
Ball. Very good. If I am going to use pronoun, how am I going to replace ball? How am I going
It.
It is round. Very good. Okay. How about this one? Um, Honey and Santara are siblings. Honey and Santara are siblings. What is or what are the subjects in the sentence?
Honey and Santara.
Honey and Santara. Very good. How are we going to replace Honey and Santara with
They.
a pronoun? They. Very good. We are going to replace Honey and Santara with a pronoun as they. Okay? Are you understood that one? Okay? So we continue. That one. Yes. Remember to identify the subject, ask the question, or who or what is the person doing, or what is the subject doing. Okay, so those are the four main types of subject. Ernest, who is the character? This one. Okay, what is the subject for that one?
Mrs. Tate.
Miss Tate. Very good. It should be Miss Tate because Miss Tate is the one doing something. What is Tate doing?
Walk.
Walk. She is
Walk.
walking, or she walks together at the store. Okay, how about this one? Penny the Penguin is my favorite penguin of the movie. What is the subject in the sentence?
Penny the Penguin.
Penny the
Penny the
Penguin.
penguin.
Very good. It is Penny the Penguin. So it's very easy, right? Okay, sorry. What is the subject?
The fly. The bird.
Is it they fly?
They fly.
Do you think it should be they fly?
No, it's the birds.
It's the bird. So what do we change birds with pronoun with?
They.
They. So what should be our subject?
They.
They
fly.
Do we have to include fly? Do you think we have to include fly? Fly is it a subject or a verb?
A verb.
A
Should
verb.
be a verb. So can we include fly with they? What do you think? We are only looking for what? We are only looking for the subject, right? So do we need to include fly or we will not include fly? What do you think? Who's in favor of including fly to the subject? Ah, who is who is in favor of um what do you call this one? Who is in favor of um um of saying they fly on day only? Do you think? What should be our subject? Is it they fly or days? What should be our subject? They or they fly? You're still thinking? Okay, we are going to answer that one.
Day.
Okay, it should be only day. We are not going to include the bee gets nectar from the flowers. What should be our subject?
The
Note
bee.
we are
The bee.
the
Bee.
bee. Because the bee is doing something, right? The flower is not doing something, but only the bee.
Bee.
So let us try to, yes, let us try to see if we are correct. Yes, very good. Okay, what should be the subject? New York City has many tall buildings.
New York City. New York City. New York
York City. Okay, let us see if you are all correct. Very good. Yes, the sentence is all about New York City, right? Okay, look at the
Bella
so
Blue.
Bella Blue sells the best pepperoni pizza. What should be our subject?
Bella.
Bella.
Bella Blue.
Bella,
Bella
Bella,
Blue.
Bella
Bella
Blue.
Blue.
Yes, very good. It should be Bella Blue because that is the name. Okay, wait. That is the name of a restaurant. Look at this restaurant. Yes. But it should not be a people, right? It should not be a person. Those can be considered as things.
Eagle, pencil, basketball.
Yes. Okay, look at that. The apple sits on Mr. Ken's desk. What should be our subject? The apple sits on Mr. Ken's desk. What should be your
Apple.
subject? Ah, what should be your subject? The
The
apple.
apple.
The apple. Very good. It should be the apple. It is seated on Mr. Ken's desk. Okay, how about that one? The computer helps me write my story. The computer helps me write my story. What should be our subject? Computer. Wow, I can hear Catherine's voice. Let us see. Let us see. Very good. Yes. So it's very easy, right? Okay. So what are the, by the way, what are the four types of subject once again? The first is what is the first type of subject? The first is the people. The second is what? Second is
Animals.
animals. Very good. The third is
Things.
things. It can be, and the last should be
Place.
the place. Very good. So look at it. People, animals, places, and
Things.
things. So those are the four types of subject. Okay, remember. So if you will be asked what are the four types of subject, there should be the people, the animals, places, as well as the things. Okay, we will try to have some activity. Then we will proceed with the another video. Okay, so there are four sentences. Okay, Jimmy reads a book in bed. What should be our subject of the sentence?
Jimmy.
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 Number two, the iPad is on the floor.
The iPad.
Is on the floor.
iPad.
The
So
iPad.
write your answers.
iPad.
We will have to go back on that one. Then third, the bedroom has a rug. The bedroom has a
The
rug.
bedroom.
Room.
The bedroom.
Number four, the cat
The cat.
sits to the
The
cat.
cat.
The cat.
The cat. Okay, so let us try to see if we are correct. So we are ahead of the video. Yes. Very good. Yes. So you are all correct about the two sentences. Correct. Right. The four types of subjects. So when you are being asked, you should be able to know what are the four types of subjects. Okay. I will try to include the other students from the first. Oh, look at that. Nicholas, can you see yourself? Okay, we will go back with the classroom setting. Okay. How many students do we have? We already have 20 students. So if you look at it, we still have how many? We still have six more seats. Okay? Okay. So always remember, if you are being asked about the subject, you should be able to know first what are the four types of subject. The first is the people or the person, the things, the animals, and the places. So you should be able to know everything, and then when you look at it, always consider to ask yourself, when I am going to identify the subject, I must always ask myself, who or what is the subject doing? Who or what is the subject doing. So if you will be able to answer that one, then that should be your subject. Okay, so do you have some questions about that one? We have some questions regarding the subject, the 4 types of subject. If I will be able, if I will give you the quiz on Wednesday, would you be able to answer it correctly? What do you think? Do you have some questions? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
No.
Miss.
So would you like me to proceed?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we are going to proceed. Okay. 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 Wait a minute. We are going to proceed and continue with the next lesson, right? We are going to proceed with the next lesson. Start that. Just hope that I will be able to open this one. Let me try.
Where's Mandy?
But let me try to although you cannot hear this one, but we will try, okay? We will try to play this one. Then you can see what are the, so if we have 4 types of subject, we also have 6 types of subject. Wait a minute. Of this one. Let me try this one. Can play this. You cannot hear this one. I am telling you, you cannot hear this one. But I will. We should be able to. Okay, we should be able to watch this one. Okay, we're only going to watch this. I know that you cannot play this one, but we are. Okay. Okay. Can you see this one? Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, but you cannot hear. You cannot hear, right?
Yes, I
Cannot-
can hear.
I
Yeah.
can hear. Oh, very good. So we will continue. Wait, wait, wait.
Teacher, my
Yes.
I need to charge my phone.
What is it, Nicolas?
I need to charge my phone.
Oh, okay. You may charge your phone. Okay. So we will continue with this one.
Mau mana?
Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Earlier, we were able to identify the subject first by using the noun as well as the pronoun. The noun can be Nicolas, Teacher Samira, Nicole, who else? Rosemary, Abraham. So these are all nouns. And then if you are going to replace nouns with pronouns, Teacher Samira, Nicole, Catherine, Tinta, we will all be called as she or her. She or her. Note about that one, okay? And then if we are going to replace pronoun, the name of Nicolas with the pronoun, we can also say he or his. He or his. And then if we use the things, it should be it. And then that's all. Okay, so should be able to know that one. So earlier we used the noun and then the pronoun. And then next, okay, look at that. So aside from nouns, pronouns, we also have this noun phrase, right? We have this noun phrase, noun clause, remember? What else? Gerund phrase, infinitive phrase, prepositional phrase, noun is subject, and infinitive phrase. Okay. Okay. A noun phrase is what? Is formed,
By a noun.
yes, by a noun and all of its modifiers. So what is modifiers? Modifiers can be adjectives or adverbs. They note adjectives used to describe things. For example, if I am going to describe, Catherine, I may say cute. Okay, Catherine is cute, or I may say Catherine is small, or I may say Catherine is young. So these are all adjectives. So it's used to
Teacher, can I go to
describe.
the toilet?
Yes, you may go to the toilet. It used as an it is a word that used to describe adjectives. And then we also have the other one, which is what we call the adverbs. So look at that. A delicate porcelain vase. Okay, we'll go into, okay, look at that. A delicate porcelain vase was placed on the shelf. A, what is A? Can you see? Can you see what is A? A is an article. I think it's an article. And then the delicate porcelain is what you call the adjective. And then the vase is your noun. Okay, vase is your noun. So you can look at that one. So our is actually the determiner. Adverb is very, funny is adjective, and noun is your teacher. Okay. Earlier, it is a noun phrase. Noun, it is a noun clause. Those are the noun clause. Okay, we are going to discuss each and every one of those types of subject. What the mailman wrote is on the table. What is the relative pronoun? The determiner, the man, the mailman is the noun, and wrote is the verb. How you wrote the letter was very sloppy. So how is your relative pronoun? It's pronoun, it's verb, determiner is the, letter is the. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to simply let you see this one, but then again, we are going to discuss each and every one of those. Okay, do not worry, we are going to discuss each and every one of those. Gerard, take note. Gerard breathing in bed. Gerard breathing is Gerard. So Gerard is something within a verb that has an ing at the end. It is what you call Gerard. Case. Equal to infinitive. That's the to infinitive, and him is our
Miss,
yes.
I'm go to toilet.
Yes, you can go to the toilet. Verb is usually a linking word. Linking verb. What is the linking verb from the subject? I mean from the sentence. It should be is. The linking verb is the is. Okay? We're going to use to watch this one first, then we will discuss it later. Behind the sofa is the baby's toy. So if you see that link verb, the part where it will have to see the subject. That's harsh, the particular, and the subject. Then it's uh, subject. So there are two types of double subject, the in and the there. Subject should be zero, null, and we're going to talk of this so many lessons. Imperative subject. Remember, for those who were able to have the class with me last time. You know that one. Like while alligator. Okay, look at it. So if you look at it, I will have to stop sharing first so that you will be able to know it. Okay, so last time when we had the class last semester, I was able to the other semester, I think the other semester, I was able to introduce those imperative sentence, the exclamation sentence, what is the other one? The interrogative sentence, as well as the other one, the last one. Interrogative, imperative, exclamation, and the other one. So I was able to introduce that one. And then I know some of you knows that one already, but for those who are new, we are going to go back for that one because it will be with the 6 types of subject. I think some of you might not be able to might not be able to understand some of the lessons because you were not able to study it yet. So we are not going to proceed with these 6 types of sentences, but what we are going to do is that I am going to introduce to you the different kinds of sentences: imperative, interrogative, exclamatory, and the other one. I forgot. Okay, so do not worry about it. Okay, so we are going to go back to that one. It is actually about the parts of speech. And then we should be able to deal with the lesson first before we proceed with these 6 types of subject. Do you agree with that one? That we should be able to go back so that you will be able to remember the things that was being discussed from the video. Do you think that would be better? What do you think? Anyone? So if I'm going to ask you, would you be able to tell me about the gerund, about the article, about the noun phrase, something like that? We cannot be able to do that yet because we did not, we were not able to discuss it yet, right? So what we are going to do is that we're going to go back to that subject or lesson, and then we are going to discuss it so that we will have more knowledge about the different types of subject. Okay? So let me share that one. We'll have to open it first, then we're going to share it so that sentences uh, each types of subject. Some may find it very confusing since you were not able to have it before. And then the other one is the linking verb. What are the linking verb? Remember? What are the lessons? Give it me. Okay. So we are going to go back to that one. I didn't see you. Okay. Let's talk about sentence. Okay. We are still talking about sentence. Okay. How about that one? It's it's okay, right? Okay. So types of sentences. So a sentence again is actually we already know that one earlier, but with a different definition. It is a sequence of what? It is a sequence of
Words.
can read a sequence of words which begins with a capital letter, and ends with a full stop. So that is how we are going to write a sentence. It should be a sequence of words. When we write a letter, it should start with a capital letter, and then it should stop with either a period. It should stop with a exclamation point, or it will also stop with the question mark. So that is still considered as sentence. Another definition of sentence is that sentence is of words that expresses it. It is an independent clause that contains a subject and a verb. So there are so many different definitions of a sentence. So it should express it is an independent clause that contains a subject and a verb. Okay, next. Subject. Who or what the sentence is all about. We know that one earlier, right? When we try to identify or determine or the subject in the sentence, we should ask ourselves who or what the sentence is all about. And then the verb describes the subject. It describes the subject's, like for example, its actions, its states of being or events. It describes the subject, its action or state of being or events. The verb also, all other words that comes after the subject is called the predicate. So earlier, when we look at the video, you can see that there is this different noun which actually tells us that it is part of the subject, and then the upper part of the subject is what we call the predicate. So that is what we call this one. The predicate is what we call the predicate is actually the verb that comes after the subject. Again, predicate is the verb that comes after the subjects. For example, Nicholas is playing outside. Nicholas is playing outside. So what should be our should be our subject?
Other
Nicholas,
words, the other and the subject.
yeah. So Nicholas is playing outside. What should be our subject?
Nico.
Nicholas. How about is playing outside? What do we call that one? We call that one. Is playing outside is what we call the predicate. Is playing outside is what we call the predicate. The not is what you call the leading verb and is still considered as the verb. Okay? So Nicholas is the subject, is playing outside is the predicate. So remember, the predicate is actually the verb that comes after the subject. It's actually the verb that comes after the subject. Okay, this subject. Identify the subject. I know that you know how to identify the subject already by simply knowing the 4 types of subject. That is, the first one is the people, the animals, the places, and the things. And then after which, you are going, after identifying those 4 types of subjects, you need to ask yourself who or what is the person doing. Who or what is the person or what is the subject doing. Okay?
Or
And
what
then,
is doing the action.
yes, or what is doing the, who or what is doing the action. And then
The
for,
verb in a sentence. Ask
yes,
yourself what's in action or what what
what is
what
what is being done here.
is
Okay?
being done here.
Yes. So for example, in order for us to identify the verb, we should ask ourselves, what is the action? Or what is being done here? Okay? To identify the verb, we need to ask ourselves what is the action or what is being done here. To identify the subject, we are going to ask ourselves who or what the what the what is doing the subject. What is doing the subject? What is doing the action? Okay, remember those 2 things. If you would like to identify the subject as well as to identify the verb. And next, in some sentences, the verb is a state of being. The verb to be in all its form is an example of this. What is that? So, I was tired this morning. Was
I
is actually the
I was tired this morning.
yes, I was tired this morning. So, was is our
morning.
Okay? Yes.
Jack
Was
plus
is
to
our
be
yes.
rest of the sentence.
Yes. So I is our subject, was is the verb, this is our verb, and then tired this morning is the rest of the sentence. Okay? The rest of the sentence. So if I am going to identify the subject and the predicate, the subject is I,
Selama
the
kita
predicate was tired this morning. Okay. You were very were is another verb is our subject. Were is another verb. Very good is the rest of the sentence. Was the best in his class. Was the best in his class. So the subject was is the verb. The best in his class is our or it is the rest of the sentence. I am going to identify the subject. He is the subject. Was is the verb. I am going to ask to identify the predicate. The predicate should be was the best in his class. She was late
she
for work.
she was needed to work for
Yes,
work
she was late for work. What should be your
for work.
subject? Yes, what should be your subject?
C.
She.
She
Her verb.
She
Her verb. What should be your
was.
verb? Was.
was
What should be your predicate? What should be your predicate?
late for work.
For work.
What should be your predicate?
Work.
No. The predicate should
Late
be was
for work.
late for work. Yes, very good. Was late for work. Remember, the predicate is the verb that comes
Was
after
late for
the
work.
subject. Yes, was late for work. Very good. It was a sunny day. It was a sunny day. What is
Was
our subject?
Sunday.
Yes, what is our subject?
It.
What is
It.
our verb?
It.
What is our verb? Verb.
It.
What about the verb?
It.
What about the verb? Verb. What is
Sunny
your
day.
verb? Is it sunny day?
Sunny day.
Is it sunny day?
Was.
Okay. Was very good. It should be was. How about the predicate? What should be a predicate?
Was a sunny day.
Was a sunny day. Very good in that. Okay. They were happy with their test results. They were happy with their test results. What should be our subject?
They
Okay. What
They.
should be our verb? Yes,
were.
very good. What should be our predicate? What should be your predicate?
Were.
Where? Is it only where? What's the definition of predicate? The definition of predicate is the verb and the rest of the sentence after the subject. That should be your predicate. So the predicate should be we're happy with their test results. Where is our verb? So the verb and the rest of the subject or the rest of the sentence should become your predicate. Okay, you understand? You understand? Listen. You have some reaction. Simply click the thumbs up sign. Do you understand? No? Okay, we are going back to that one so that you will know. Okay, look at this. The predicate, okay, the verb and all the other words that comes after the subject is called a predicate. Okay, the verb and all other words that comes after the subject is called the predicate. Okay, look at this. The predicate. She was late for work. The verb is was. So after what is our Subject, the verb, the
Work.
subject is she. How about the
Subject
subject?
is
She, and the predicate is
work.
predicate. Work,
Huh?
is it work? What is your predicate?
What?
A
Was
verb
late for work.
after was late for work. Very good, Nicole. Was late for work. It was a sunny day. It was answered already by Inda, but it's what? What is your subject? What is your subject again? It was a sunny day. It was a sunny day. What is your subject for that one? Was a sunny day. Very good. What is your verb?
Sunny day.
Is it
Sunny
sunny
day.
day? Is it the sunny day to take action? It is. Wow. So what should be your predicate?
Was a
Verb
sunny
and the
day.
rest of the sentence.
Was a
Very
sunny
good. Was a sunny day. They were happy
Was-
with their test results. Yes, they were happy with their test results. What's your subject?
Day.
They.
Day.
What is
Day.
your verb? What is your verb?
Were.
Where? What is your predicate? The verb and the rest of the sentence is called the predicate. What is your predicate? Anyone? Is your predicate? Verb and the rest of the sentence that comes after the subject is called the predicate. What is your predicate from the sentence? They were happy with their test results. What is our subject again? You answered it correctly already. The
They.
answer is they. What is what is your verb?
For where?
What is
Were.
very good? What is your predicate?
Predicate.
Yes, predicate. The verb and the rest of the sentence that comes
Others.
after the subject is called the predicate. What is your predicate? We're happy with their test results. That should be your predicate. Okay. So the 4 types again. Another 4 types of sentences, not the 4 types, which is the people, the place, the animals, and the things. But this one, okay, I forgot the declarative. The first one is the declarative sentence. The second one is the interrogative sentence. The third one is the imperative sentence. And the fourth one is the exclamatory sentence. So what is declarative sentence? Declarative sentence is the first type of sentence in the English language. Okay? The first type of sentence in the English language. What is declarative sentence? Declarative sentences or what is that? I cannot see. Declarative sentences or declarations convey information or make statements. What does it mean? It is as if you are trying to tell someone something. You want to relay some information to other people. For example, there was an explosion inside the camp, something like that. So you are actually trying to tell someone, may it be your friend, may it be your teacher or your parents, that there is this explosion. So you are simply telling a story that happened earlier. So that is what you call the declarative sentence. That is what you call the declarative sentence. So in order for you to easily remember what is declarative sentence is actually a sentence which actually tells a story about something. You are actually simply telling a story. You are actually simply telling something to your friend, your classmate. Just want to talk to him and tell some things about you, right? And what else? These are examples. So my cat chases rabbits. It is as if you are telling someone that you have a cat and your cat actually chases rabbits. Like for example, I have this little dog with me. My dog is,
My
yes. See, continue.
Jesus.
Chases rabbits. Okay, so your cat actually is very playful, same with my dog, a small dog. He can actually play with the rabbits. That is why by playing with the rabbits, he chase the rabbits. He's running together
Cat
with
chases
him. Yeah,
rabbits.
chases rabbits. Another example, Harry Potter is the boy who lived. Yes, Harry Potter is the boy who lived. Take note. Or telling something about Harry Potter. So you want to tell your friend about Harry Potter. That Harry Potter is actually the boy who lived. Lived where? Lived in the attic, lived everywhere. Something like this. So you are telling your, it is as if you are only telling a story about Harry Potter. Her brother has lived in Alabama. Her brother has lived in Alabama. Take note, all of the sentences, if you look at the sentences, you can see that the sentences all ends with what?
Harry Potter is the boy live with.
Full stop.
Very good. What is that? When we say full stop, it is, what can you see after the sentence? What
The
is
dot.
small
A
dot?
small dot.
The small dot. What do you call that small dot?
Yes,
stop.
yes.
It is a period. Right? It is a period that tells us to full stop. We are going to full stop. For example, you are actually telling a story and then you need to stop. Like for example, this one. Duck and Goose were arguing over the book. So you stop. Just that is where your story ends. To stop. So another story, you are simply going to continue your story, then you need to stop. Without that small dot, without that small period, when you are going to read that one, you cannot read it continuously because you cannot breathe. You cannot breathe anymore, right? You need to have a temporary stop by using the comma or the full stop by using the period. Okay? The train leaves tomorrow promptly at noon. So you just tell a story to someone or to somebody. Yeah, that is what you call it's what includes in the narrative sentence in detail. So everything that is every sentences that you can see on the slide, they all ends with what? They all ends with what do they end with? Is they end with, you see, they end with, what is that small period? What is that small dot? They end with this one. Can you see what I am pointing at? Can you see? You cannot see. They all ends with periods. So if you're talking about declarative sentence, they all ends with period. And they all ends with period. They start with a capital letter and ends with a period. According to, I do not know who tells us that it should come with a full stop. So that should be what your declarative sentence looks like. And declarative sentences, it is as if you are only telling a story. You are only trying to share some information. Okay, you are only trying to share some information or make statements about something. Okay, and then interrogative sentences, and interrogative sentences. So it is the second type of sentence.
Sentence.
Yes, it is the second type of sentence in the English language. We call that one as interrogative sentence. Okay. Interrogative sentences or questions, request information or ask information. Interrogative sentences or questions, ask information or ask questions. Look at the sentence. What do you notice about the sentence? What do you notice about the sentence? What can you see? What can you see from the sentence? They are all the same. Having what? What is that they are the same with? Anyone? What can you see from the sentence? What can you see from the sentence? What can you see from the sentence? Huh? What can you see from the sentence? What can you see from the sentence? Anyone? No? Where does the train live?
Yes.
How you do your dogs like peanut butter? How old is your daughter? Is your husband a firefighter? Have you brushed your teeth today? You like some more tea? What is this? What is that what you can see on the slides, which are similar with the other sentences? What is that? What do you notice about the sentences? Anyone?
There's question mark.
Blah blah blah.
Question mark. So in the interrogative sentence, you can see the presence of the question mark because you are actually asking questions. You are actually trying to ask information, right? So you need to place the question mark. So take note, when we talk about interrogative sentences ends with what? Does interrogative sentence ends with? It ends with
Question.
question mark. Very
Question.
good. It should end with a question mark. So it will start with the capital letter and ends with a question mark. So take note about this one. So look at this. Question marks indicate interrogative sentence in written English. So when you talk about interrogative sentences, you may see that every sentence written in front of you will have a question mark at the end of the sentence because that is what you call the interrogative sentence. Okay, so an interrogative sentence also have a negative. What is that? It actually can be written at the end of the sentence. It can be written at the end of the sentence. It's actually a negative sentence. Look at this, there is this word sentence. And then if you look at it, everything ends with a question mark. So it does not only a positive, it's not only considered as a sentence, but it sentence. Okay, next. Third type of sentence is the imperative sentence. The third type of sentence in the English language is what you call imperative sentence. Imperative sentence is where the imperative or imperatives makes commands or requests. requests. They make commands or requests. For example, bring me some sugar. Buy some bread and milk on your way to the store. On your way home. I cannot see, I'm sorry. Buy some bread and milk on your way home. Shut the door, please. Turn right at the park. Stop talking so loud. Open the door and the out. Okay, take note. When we talk about imperative sentence can end with a period as well as an exclamation mark. An imperative sentence can end with a period as well as an exclamation mark. And take note, when we talk about imperative sentence asks or make requests or command someone. You are trying to ask someone, you are trying to request someone, or you are trying to command someone. For example, I will have to say, to tell you, okay, bring with you your notebook. So I am actually commanding you to bring with you your notebook. So that type of sentence is what we call an imperative sentence. Okay, what else? Leave your things behind. Leave your things behind. So I am once again commanding you to leave your things behind. Not bring with you your things. So I am still commanding you to leave your things behind. So it is another imperative sentence. Or may I say, can you bring me a glass of water? Can you bring me a glass of water? I am trying to ask you, I am trying to request from you to bring me some water. So that is also considered as an imperative sentence. Uy, it's already 7:13 or 6:13 in your country. So we will stop at 6:30. Okay, we will stop at 6:30. Okay. So that is what you call the imperative sentence. Okay. So the imperative sentence will end with what? What can you see at the end of the imperative sentence? It will end with anyone? It will end with
Period. Stop.
periods and
Period.
periods. Very
Yes.
good. And the other one?
Exclamation mark.
Very good. It will also end with an exclamation mark. So take note, an imperative sentence will look like a declarative sentence as well as an exclamatory sentence. But you should be able to identify what type of sentence or what the speaker is trying to tell you. Is he trying to tell you a story? That should be declarative. Is he trying to command you to make something, or is he trying to ask from you about something? So if that is the case, that should be an imperative sentence. Okay, that should be an imperative sentence. Okay, the last part of this, or the last type of the sentence, is what you call the exclamatory sentence. It is the exclamatory sentence. It is actually it shows emphasis. It actually shows emphasis. It is exclamation. So when you say something, when you try to make a sentence, make some you make some emphasis regarding something. You are actually being we call this one so you show emphasis. Your emotion is at its peak or at its lowest. You are your the way you speak will not be monotone or the way you speak will not be simply a very yes, it should not be a simple sentence. You can see something, for example, I will have to tell you this one. Oh no, there's a fire. So it is as if um I am being I am trying to emphasize something regarding the fire. So my voice will not be that what do we call this one? My voice will not be that forgot what happened to me. It should have some of my voice will have to rise at the end of the sentence. So if that is actually the case, you are trying to overuse what should the thing when you are trying to speak or overspeak something, then that should be an exclamatory sentence. So unlike the other three sentences, purposeless exclamatory sentences are not a distinct sentence types. Instead, declarative, interrogative, and imperative sentence become exclamatory through added emphasis. So because of that emphasis, the voice becomes not so natural. There is this higher part of tone when you talk about exclamatory sentence. For example, you broke the lamp actually is being mad, and that is why you give emphasis to the noun lamp or to the lamp. The train left an hour ago. So you are actually another thing, you are still mad. So you are trying to emphasize that the train actually left an hour ago. So how did you break your leg? So you are actually trying to ask, but then again, with an emphasis about your leg, that's why it has become an exclamatory sentence. So what the heck was that? So you are, again, there is this emphasis. Your voice is not that straight. You'll have a higher tone at the end. So stop chewing with your mouth open. So it is as if you are mad already. You are angry because you can see him chewing his bubble gum with his mouth open. And then you are trying to tell your friends not to open their presents until the morning. So you are requesting them or commanding them not to open their presents until the morning. So what can you notice about the sentences? What can you notice at the end of the sentences? What is that? It is actually, it ends with the exclamation mark. It ends with the exclamation mark. Okay. Yes, we are going to review. The four types of sentences are declarative sentence, based information or make statements, interrogative sentences, it asks questions or request information, imperative sentences, it makes commands or requests, and the last but not least is an exclamatory sentence which shows emphasis. Okay, finish. You have some question. All of you are trying over in trying to hide from me or from the table. I cannot see your faces. Even myself, I cannot see myself. And do you have some question? No? Okay, I will have to give you some sentences and you are going to try to identify it. Okay? My friend's name is Alice. What is that? Interrogative, declarative, imperative, or exclamatory? My friend's name is Alice. What do you thought about that specific sentence? Is it a
Declarative.
sentence?
Declarative.
Declarative. Very good. How old are you? What is that? How old are
Interrogative.
you?
Interrogative.
Interrogative.
Interval.
Close the door when you go out. Close the door when you go out.
Imperative.
Imperative.
There. And then I burned my finger. What is that? Ouch! I burned my fingers.
Exclamatory.
Exclamatory. Again. Aha. Turn the lights off. Turn the lights off.
Imperative.
Imperative. My dog is a small. Okay. My dog's name is Tiny. My dog's
Declarative.
name is Tiny.
Declarative.
Declarative. What else? Are you going to the dance?
Interrogative.
Interrogative. There's, there's a fire. Is that? What type of sentence is that? Huh?
Exclamatory.
Exclamatory. Very good. It is exclamatory sentence. Okay, next. I have to go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom.
Declarative.
Declarative.
Declarative. Can I go out now? Can I go out now?
Interrogative.
It can be
Interrogative.
interrogative. Can I go out now? So you are asking. Okay. Cover your mouth.
Imperative.
Imperative.
Imperative. Oh, look! There is a plane!
Exclamatory.
Exclamatory.
Exclamatory. There is a big rat.
Declarative.
Declarative.
Declarative. Wait. What is your favorite food?
Interrogative.
Interrogative. Declarative.
Place your hands on your hips. Place your hands on your
Imperative.
hips.
Imperative.
Imperative. So take note, when you talk about declarative, what do? You
Make information.
make information. Very good in that. What else? Give information. What
Statement.
else? Huh?
And make
What else?
statement.
Make statement. Very good. What else? Else? It's as if you are only trying to tell a story. How about the interrogative sentence? How about the interrogative sentence? What is an interrogative sentence? You? What? How old are you? What do you do?
Ask question.
Ask
You
question.
ask
Question.
question or you request information, right? You are trying to request for an information. That is why you are asking questions.
Excuse me,
Yes.
I have to go.
Yes, Nicole. Goodbye, Nicole.
Bye, Miss. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. Okay, next. How about the imperative
Bye,
sentence? Yes, bye. How about the imperative
next.
sentence?
Request.
Make request.
Yes, you make request or yes, you make request or
Make comments.
Make
commands. Very good. You make request or you request or you command someone, right? You are trying to request or command someone. And then what? The last one is exclamatory sentence. What is an exclamatory sentence? It is, it gives what? It gives emphasis, right? It gives emphasis. You are trying to exaggerate, I remember. You are trying to exaggerate. You say, talk in a manner wherein you are very slow, you are very calm, but when you talk about the exclamatory sentence, you are trying to exaggerate. You are trying to give emphasis to some of the things that you wanted to say. For example, you exaggerate by simply making a high pitch at the end or at the middle of the sentence. Right? For example, you were hurt. You cannot say that, oh. When you hurt, can you simply say, oh? You cannot do that, right? You need to exaggerate because you can feel the pain. So when I am hurt, I may say, ouch. I will have to make a pitch at the end of my sentence. So it will slowly rise up, right? So that is what you call an exclamatory sentence. For example, when you were surprised, can you say, can you simply talk in in a calm manner? You cannot do that, right? When you are surprised, you tend to exaggerate when you try to speak. When you are when you are angry, you also tend to exaggerate. You try to rise up your pitch. And then when you are um, afraid, or when you are surprised or when you are angry, those are the things which can be commonly considered as an exclamatory sentence because there is this exaggeration from the sentence. Okay? So I will give you some examples or worksheets next meeting and then we will have to answer the worksheets. Would you like that one? Is it okay with you to work with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you have some questions? Do you still have some questions?
No.
Oh.
No. Okay, it so happened it's already 6:29. I am sorry I over I overnight with our class. So next meeting we will have to deal with some examples regarding the 4 types of sentences. The types of sentences which are declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and exclamatory sentence.
Sentence.
Yes. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming. So